Alrighty, let's get this shit started. We'll be skipping the majority, well, in fact, we'll be skipping all the cutscenes that we can skip, obviously. Blimey, that's a bit harsh. So I've played through this game a fair lot right now. Got all the unlocks, basically, more or less, except for the lightsaber weapon, which I've heard isn't that great. But we're going to try and get through this in about 2 hours because I've got to get up early tomorrow, so I figured why not speedrun this game. I wasn't planning on speedrunning it because the unlocks are kind of bad on this game, unfortunately. It's not like the infinite rocket launch you usually get. You get what's called a rocket pistol, and the rocket pistol should actually be called a fireworks launcher, or a firework pistol, as opposed to a rocket pistol, because it's absolutely pathetic. But we'll do our best to get through it as quickly as possible. Hopefully we can get it done in under 2 hours. I think I did it in 2 minutes 40. And I think that was on the hardest. So doing it on the easiest should get me roughly 2 hours. Also, last time I got completely lost in the factory. The factory zone was my worst area because it kind of all looks the same to me. Unfortunately, the first section is incredibly slow. Usually I like to do these completely silent, but since I'm doing it on Twitch, obviously it's kind of assumed you'll do it with commentary, but usually I figure, or I find that not talking kind of helps me concentrate more. Now, the worst thing about this game is, or at least in a speedrunning sense, is that not all of the animations are cutscenes. They kind of take place. What the fuck? I hope this is the right way because I'm already fucking lost, which is a good start. Okay, I'm already lost. Let's start again because I've somehow managed to completely lose exactly where I was. Let's start this again. So I'll be using the in-game timer because that's usually the most accurate. Let's take her back up to bed. So yeah, that first section is really annoying because you can't really see ahead.
It's like I said to your mom.
God.
That book's too scary for you. Almost there, honey.
So I've played this about 5 or 6 times now, and I will be honest, I don't like it as much as Resident Evil 7, but I definitely like it more than Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 6 was not a very good game. In fact, I'd say Resident Evil 6 is the worst out of the entire series. At least the mainline series. I haven't played any of the spin-offs really. I'm not that invested in the series. let's try this again. Hopefully this time we'll be able to not get lost. Unfortunately, you're forced to stagger your way until you get past the first house. Once you've got through the first house, then you can start to sprint and you get your weapons back. Right, here we are again. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this done in 2 hours roughly. Just because I've got to get up early tomorrow, so I figured, why the hell not? I can do this in about 2 hours, and then I can go to bed, and then I can get up early in the morning. And then next time we'll be taking on the Outer Wilds. Although I should focus mainly on the game. But this will probably be the last time I play this game for some time. I don't really plan on playing it anymore. After this, I just remembered I've got to change the setting again. I forget this literally every single time I play this game. I'm going to have to pause this quickly as soon as there's a good spot to pause it. Excuse me. Although it shouldn't be too much of an issue, because the game takes place mostly. It's only at the factory really where the game gets dark. Okay, it's going to pause it anyway, so we might as well do it now. Let's turn off nightlight mode. There we are. Now I can actually see again.
What's it all this?
So yeah, now we can run. So I've got all the upgrades and all of the weapons that matter, which is basically just one weapon, which is the stake magnum. Besides that, nothing really else matters. I mean, the stake magnum pretty much kills everything in one hit anyway. Don't want to waste time going that way. That's what here we are. So we've got the cranbit knife, the stake magnum, and
What happened?
oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot to enable unlimited ammo for the grenade launcher. Well, hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. Like I say, I've pretty much done this game back to back now a number of times, so I'm hoping to get a good time, 2 hours roughly. I haven't seen any other speed runs, which is usually what I do. Usually I speed run the game myself a couple of times, and then I tend to watch somebody else's speedrun just to see where I can do something better, and then I can improve my own speedrun. Now I don't really need to barricade the doors because as soon as I see something it's a one-shot kill. Here we are. It's all this noise and I can't see anybody. So the first section is basically just hold out for as long as you possibly can. It's not too much of a challenge. Eventually it says that all... Oh, there we go.
Over.
And we'll just need to run along here. So that is one of the things I've noticed about this game after several playthroughs. There are so many areas where you can just... where enemies are attacking you and you can just run through the trigger to the next level. And then they can't get you, they just all despawn. For the most part, we'll just be running and hiding in here. I did try hiding on the ladder to see if that would stop enemies, because the enemies can't hit you whilst you're on the ladder. But unfortunately, they don't really spawn either. The sequence doesn't end if you're staying on the ladder. But the upgraded Magnum does 4,500 damage per shot, which is pretty much strong enough to kill more or less anything. I'm not going to worry too much about taking damage here, because as long as I don't die, I don't really have to worry about taking damage. We just got to wait for the big guy to come.
There's no end to them.
Now these arrows are completely fake. They won't hit you even if you stand exactly where they land, which is something I found out. You can stand exactly where they're firing and they just won't hit you. They'll just go right through you. So you don't need to worry about them. Oh, nearly missed that guy. Eventually a big guy will come from along there. One thing I did find, you can block and shoot on this one. You couldn't do that on the previous game. Don't really need the money. It's just a case of holding out until the big guy shows up, and then after that point we can just run down and deal with everybody else. There we are. Here he comes. Let's deal with him quickly. But this section really is just a case of holding out for a set amount of time, and then eventually you'll get an arrow in the leg. We just need to wait up here basically. So as I say, I haven't watched any other speedrunners, so there's bound to be something I'm doing incorrectly or not as quickly. And in that case, I'll have to watch their runs and just, you know, see what's going on, see what they do. But this would be my first one, really. I mean, I kind of did a speed run on the hardest, and that came in about 2 minutes, wow, 2 hours 40, roughly, 2 hours 48 perhaps. So this shouldn't be... Eventually these guys I should get an arrow in the leg. There we are. Meet up with this old lady. Skip that. Now I need to head up to the... cut through the church and head up to the house. Now there was the demon item, key item, whatever you want to call it, in the church, but we'll get that on the way back. Again, there are some guys out in the field, but oh, bollocks! As soon as we get to the door, they will just despawn. So there's just no point fighting them. Knock on the door, skip that. Now, unfortunately, we've just got to wait for her to come back and open this door. Any second now. Skip that. We'll be attacked. No point firing. Skip that. Head into the kitchen. Grab the screwdriver and the keys. Head back here and put this in here. Skip that. Press the gas and then skip that. Get past her and then we can just rush up the stairs. And then skip this. She's dead. She died incredibly quickly. Skip this. Now we have to use the screwdriver over here and we get the first demon or the angel piece. I forget which one it is. That's the demon. Skip that. That guy's dead. And we'll walk past this old lady. In here, grab the angel crest, or the maiden crest. Through here. Demon first. Maiden next. Cool. That's the first section done. Easy peasy. The initial village section at least, anyway.
Nothing but blood and death.
Now up here we'll get attacked by Heisenberg, who I actually thought sounded a bit like John Delancey. Although you won't hear too much of that until we get to the factory, which is probably going to be in about So this is one of the annoying things. It says to skip, but you can't actually. I guess it's because it's loading in the background. You can't actually skip until a certain point.
Jesus Christ! That's right. Run for your life.
So yeah, I thought Heisenberg was voiced by John Delancey. Later on, it kind of sounds like him. I'll skip that. Cut through this fence. So there's not much to it at this point. You just run down in a straight line, basically.
You truly are as strong as they say. Oh, you didn't think I'd let
Run here and hide in this corner. And I'll take a drink.
Father in the row entertain. So now it's time for the beautiful, blood-soaked grand finale. Nothing like fresh American ground beef. Too close. Wait, do those freaks have Rose?
Okay, so now we've just got to loop back round basically to where we were previously. Nice and easy. Not much of a challenge there. And we're entering the castle shortly. We'll meet the Duke, who will talk to us briefly, but I will try to do my best to avoid him. I mean, you can't literally avoid him, but skipping stuff, skipping the cutscene. So yeah, those short animations, you'd think you'd be able to skip them. Unfortunately you can't. That door on the right is locked, so we'll have to open that from the other side. There's no point going anywhere because everything else is locked. So we'll just read this. And we're getting a cutscene. And another cutscene apparently. I didn't actually remember. No, there we are. So we've got a short animation where Ethan pulls himself off the hooks, which is really disgusting. The amount of weight on that one arm would be the absolute worst. Luckily we don't have to do anything here. He'll bumble over to the health. And then we just cut through this fireplace. For some reason the fireplace has a, I guess it's a broken wall. It has a secret passage in it. We'll get the Crimson Eye, or whatever it's called, the ring. Let's take that out. And now we'll have to go upstairs. So I really enjoyed speedrunning 7, and I wasn't planning on speedrunning this one because of how much Resident Evil 7 was quite straightforward in terms of gameplay. I mean, this one is as well, but initially on first playthrough, it didn't seem when the game decided to split up into four bosses. I thought, oh no, there's going to be a best route to follow, but you can only go a single route anyway, so it's fine. So we go through here, and I believe There's Lady Dimitrescu. Unfortunately, she's really only in this game for like 15 minutes total. You see her a couple of times and she's always disappears. So I think these enemies are called... Oh, hold on. Let me do this puzzle quickly. It's not much of a puzzle, but... Wow, that really confused me for a second there. These enemies down here are called Morokai or something like that. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but it's something like that. Let's just take her down. There's usually one hiding on the left. Fuck! I missed her. That's gonna waste some time. Fuck you, bitch. Usually you can just dodge away past them. This is where Cassandra or whatever should come. No, it's not Cassandra, it's somebody else. So we'll head up here, go right. She'll attack us, and then I can shoot her once or twice maybe. No, there you go. As soon as there we go. And now we can get the virgin blood, which is something I actually forgot last time, which kind of killed the run for me. But we can now take this, we can go through here, unlock this, unlock the door on the left. That's very important for later. And at the top of these stairs, there's the wine room. We put the wine bottle rather in the holder, and that opens up a little key, I believe. That gives us the key to the courtyard, if I remember correctly. Cool. And now we can head back down the stairs and back to the dining room. Oh, the piano's going to slow me down. Don't have time for your nonsense. So the key items are fine at this point, but later on they do become a little bit unmanageable, because unfortunately you don't throw away the keys on this one. Usually, you know, once you've fully used the key, you can throw it away. Unfortunately, in this one, it kind of just stays in your list. Again, you see Lady Dimitrescu for a split second, and then she just completely disappears.
What have you done to my daughter?
We go through here. This puzzle is relatively easy. Just get these two ladies to look at each other, and these guys to look at the knight. And we can just stand about here. There we are. Eventually it'll open up and we drop down, and then we can carry onwards. Damn it. That's another thing. This game doesn't have any fall damage. Ethan doesn't take any fall damage. So you can just jump down ladders and you'll be completely fine. You don't have to... God. You don't have to worry about that. Now you can see their air bubbles. Unfortunately, these are relatively annoying enemies. There we are. Shit, that was a bad reload. Now we don't have to worry about those anymore. That animation you can't skip, but this one you can. Into the house, pick up the key. Into here, and then Lady Dimitrescu attacks you. Skip that. So So yeah, for the most part, I'll just be reminding myself of what we're doing, where we have to go. Because usually when I talk, I end up distracting myself. And obviously I don't want to distract myself whilst I'm trying to get through this game as quickly as possible. Now she managed to cut off our hand. Unfortunately, you can't use any weapons whilst your hand's been cut off. Now, if you're playing on the hardest, there's actually enemies spawning here with you, which was a massive pain in the arse and quite a shock. Oh, we just need to lame her out. So yeah, there's a couple of enemies, a couple of those Morokoi spawning here with you, along with Lady D, which can become a massive pain in the arse if you don't have. I mean, you can't use any weapons. Let's open that. Grab the mask. Shit. I should have got the. I didn't prepare for this very well. Usually I have a cheat sheet of sorts that tells you all the codes. Usually I write down all the puzzle solutions. I don't know why I didn't even bother. Maybe I can do it on the way. It's kind of slapdash actually, so this is probably going to be a pretty shitty run. Thinking about it. But it's only really two sections. How do I turn this off?
Good. Screw this castle.
We need to go back into the main hall. Ignore those guys up here. So we should head round to the right.
Trying to work up my appetite, are you?
Cool. This is time for number 2.
I was worried my sisters had gotten too first.
Where is she? Here we go. She's done for. Mounted animal skull. Cool. Let's reload this quickly. So yeah, I was supposed to unlock the infinite ammo for the grenade launcher because that would help later. I was also supposed to make a cheat sheet. I remember the first passcode. It's 07. Fuck. Shit. No, not really. Shit. Where am I supposed to go now? Courtyard. I think the courtyard is the next. Fuck you. Wow, I hit them both. I guess really I should have gone here first. Going here first would have been a better option. Come around the right, there's someone standing here. Get her. Now the piano is going to delay me slightly because it's a really annoying puzzle. Well, it's not really even a puzzle, it's push the right key. But I mean, it's barely a puzzle. Back up these stairs. Yeah, I should have come here first. I kind of wasted time by going round. She'll appear, but we can sneak past on the right. Well, usually you can... This is a fucking disaster.
So you finally came. I don't want it.
There.
I'm sick of bugs.
Cool, 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 cool. Let's open that up. Okay, now we've got to shoot the 5 bells. Glad I got that one, because that one's a pain. That one's the slowest one to get. Cool. That's all of those. Now, we don't actually have to kill anybody on the roof. I was playing the other day, obviously, as I was going through getting all the unlocks. And unless I was incredibly lucky, nobody on the roof needs to die. We can just zip line our way through. Provided I remember exactly where to go. So we'll have these birds attacking us. Or these harpies or vampires, whatever you want to call them. But they shouldn't be able to catch up to us. At least they didn't last time. I think it's probably because we've got the speed boost. And they just can't keep up with us, luckily. They just keep screeching at us. Got the hook, we got the mask.
Should be able to get out with
Fuck. Fuck you. Holy shit. Well, last time I wasn't attacked 3 times before I could push the button. Last time I just got out. So besides that minor blunder where I should have gone through the door before I went upstairs. So this is why it was important to open up the door, because she comes and then we can just rush through here. Now, if I had made a cheat sheet, I could have worked out exactly where these sadness, sorrow. I could have wrote these down. Anger, that's rage. Happiness, that's bollocks. I fucking hate this menu system. It's so much worse than Resident Evil 7's Mask of Pleasure. Now we just gotta wait for the doors to open. So I should be able, if I shoot her. I don't really think she. There we are. So she doesn't have a stagger state as much as Mr. X or Nemesis does. She kind of just, she has like a split second where she sort of brushes her shirt off or a dress off and then keeps attacking.
Looks like you're outside. You're inside.
Cool, so now she should rear up here, and you can actually bypass her. I found that out whilst I was doing the knife run. If she rears up, there we are. And now she has no idea where we are, which is hilarious. She has no idea where we are, and she'll just go around. She'll just go around smashing everything until she runs away. Or flies away, rather. I I mean, I'm actually pretty sure I've already done enough damage to her, but she's just like completely scripted to smash these 4 pillars down first. And then she'll fly off, and then she'll start talking about she needs blood. There we go. So she should mention blood now, if I've done it quick enough. There we are. Fuck, I don't remember where all of these are. That's it. You see the lighting change. It's slightly subtle, but you can see where the lighting changes. Nothing to do here but wait until she smashes through. A little bit like Raging Raven from Metal Gear Solid 4, weirdly enough. There we are, she's dead.
You're the one who's cursed.
Well, we've got the first flask. Who's next? Who's next? Oh, it's the puppet master.
Looks like I'm getting out of this.
She's incredibly easy to deal with. Her location actually changes on the hardest, which surprised me. Her hiding spots actually change on the hardest difficulty. She hides elsewhere. We'll meet up with the old lady in a second. She'll give us some riddles, but we won't be listening to her. Skip that. Grab the key. Nearly forgot the key. Oh, actually, I just remembered we've got to go to the red house first. We've got to go to the red house and get the key there, so we can combine it. So there's a bunch of enemies here that will try to ambush us, but as soon as we put the key in the door, they just all despawn. In fact, we don't even have to. God damn it! In fact, we don't even have to push the key. Put the key in the door. We've just got to get to the door. This is the Duke. Unfortunately, he's incredibly annoying. Skip that. Here we are. This is what I was talking about. Cool. So we've got to get to that house. We can't go through there just yet. We've got to go through here, through the garage or the shack. In fact, we've got to go through the house first. Through the house, go through the shack. Okay, so I know the passcode here is 070408. Fuck you, buddy. So we should get, yeah, there'll be a number of guys here. Let's just deal with him because he's a little too close for comfort. Put in the jack handle, and if we just hide here, in theory, or at least last time I did this, yeah, that's it. And now they've all despawned as well, which is kind of laughable. head down here because we kind of have to deal with these guys, at least a little bit. Big guy comes around the corner. Should be fine. Let's deal with iron insignia key. Climb over here, fall down here, go up this ladder, and then we can fall through the roof, and that will get us the second key. Cool.
Damn it. Arse did it again.
Back up here, back to the Duke, and this is where we have to go through the top door, or the door on the right rather. Either way, however you want to look at it. Here goes the map of all the locations. Close that, skip this. Shit, I need to... Actually, there's a lift, isn't there? So I'll be able to look up the code whilst we're in the lift. I know it's 11 something. See if I can do it whilst navigating this area. Here we go, straight bridge. That should be fine. We won't get caught on anything.
What?
Ethan, come with me. There's something I have to tell you.
Mia? What's going on?
Rose feels different. Ethan, you have to fix her.
What the hell is this?
Everyone leaves me.
Okay, I've got the code, so that's fine.
I don't want to know.
This can't be real.
After that, we'll head to Moreau, which he's a relatively easy boss.
Am I losing it?
So as you can see, the key items are starting to build up already, which will become a bit of an issue later.
What's going on?
Now every single lift in this game has you enter one way and come out the other side. Something I noticed because I was getting confused with which side is which. So this is arguably the best point of the game, the best section of the game. At least I found it the most effective. I enjoyed this section the most because it genuinely creeped me out the first time playing. But there's really not much to this section once you know exactly what to do. I mean, I guess you can really say that for any game, really. Let's see how many rounds I can get off before we hit the bottom. Cool, grab this flask. So there's only two things, well, in fact one thing. Well, two things, depending on what you want to count. Right now we only need to get one thing, and that is shit, that's the wrong one. It's the leg. This is why I use a cheat sheet usually. And we'll get the music box key from in here. And that's all we need from the mannequin. Everything else is actually completely pointless. We don't need to worry about any of the other stuff. Now the music box is another pain in my arse.
Why is this here?
This is another one of those things that's an absolute pain in the arse to figure out. That doesn't look right to me. No, I didn't think it was. Maybe flip those two around. There we are, that's it. And that gives us the scalpel, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the music box puzzle. I will never do that right straight away, at least not quickly. We head back to the mannequin, open its mouth, and we get the film strip. I mean, I don't know why you couldn't possibly use your fingers for that. Anyway, down here and to the final door. Film, okay. First one is the doll, then it's the book. Let me switch those around. This opens up the bookcase and allows us to go into the well. Unfortunately, this is so slow. I'm going to take a quick drink. As I say, I don't enjoy speed running this one as much as all the others, so this is probably going to be my only attempt. I've obviously bungled a couple of areas already, so I could probably get like 10-15 minutes quicker if I redid everything. Grab these scissors, cut the bandages. Annoyingly, that pair of scissors blocks our way. Ignore the phone. Unfortunately, you can't go through this door until she disappears, which is annoying. Here we get the little emblem thing from her chest, the medallion. Come in here, and what do we get from in here? Oh, is it the fuses? I forget what we get from in here. Oh, this is where we're going to the well, isn't it? And oh, I remember now. We get the fuse box key from in here. We get the fuse box key from in here, and Then we climb back up here. Back to the... Oh, there's the baby. Yeah, the baby really, really freaked me out. Whoever designed that did a fantastic job. Because it's like the scariest thing. I mean, it is literally the scariest thing in this game. And it genuinely horrified me when I first played this game. It's still not great now. We'll bypass that. No, we won't. Fuck me. Wait for the... There we are. Baby sound. We'll rush back here. Now the baby's quite slow. He's and he's stuck on a rail. Luckily we don't have to worry too much about him. Cool, now we just run back this way. Now hopefully he's not right outside, because I've had, sometimes he's been right outside. Fuck me. Yeah, sometimes he's right outside, and other times he just takes a long ass time. I'm lost now, great. That's unfortunate. Sometimes he, like I say, he gets lost and doesn't find me straight away. Other times he manages to find me. So that's another big waste of time there. So I think what I will do is I will watch a couple of speed runs, and then maybe I'll give this a second attempt when I've got my cheat sheet and everything set up properly. Because this is just from memory. And obviously I'm not a professional speedrunner or anything like that. I just do it for fun. I don't intend to get like the best time. I just try and get the best time I possibly can. Although, having said that, Resident Evil 7, if I had uploaded my run a week earlier than I did, I would have been the world record holder for Resident Evil 7. So I'm really mad that it took so long to upload. But there we are. I probably would have been like the world record holder for about 30 minutes before somebody beat that. But I think I did that in like something like an hour and 40 in total. It's been a while, so I can't remember what my exact time was. I think my Resident Evil 3 remake playthrough was in like 45 minutes or something like that, just because of how short that game is. That game is ridiculously short, unfortunately. Supposedly Capcom had their B team working on it. They didn't have their A team working on it because I guess they were working on Resident Evil 8, most likely. Oh yeah, unfortunately I just hate the dark sections because it's so hard for me to see what's ahead. Fuses, and then we've got the baby coming. He's scripted to come. Thankfully he won't do anything. We're completely fine. Because I've stood there for a bit and he kind of just stands there. I really hate that baby. So unnerving. I don't like any part of it. It genuinely creeps me out. Now we've got to play hide and seek. Now we've got to play hide and seek with whatever her name is. So she's always in the same, at least on the easiest difficulty, she's always on the same 3 places. She's upstairs, she's in that dining room area, and then she's in a third area by the lift.
Fucking monster.
So if you don't find her quick enough, all of her little dolls attack you as well. So this one's quite easy. She's just around this corner. So yeah, it's kind of a weird boss fight. If this was at the end of the game, I would have said they ran out of time. But it's so if you're playing on hard, she's usually there. On easy, she's always by the lift.
Stupid idiot! What are you doing to my cute friends?
Cool. We've got the next key. Now we have to go to.
So that's who was behind all this?
I'll grab this.
Thanks to
Come on, open up. There we are. Now we've got to go to Monroe, which he's. He also makes me feel uncomfortable actually, but for different reasons. I can't see. He makes me feel uncomfortable for different reasons. I need to find the puzzle solution for that as well. Because that's the only one I... Well, actually that's not true. I was going to say it's the only one I don't know, but... It's like a colour code puzzle. I mean, it's easy enough. Okay, we'll have to do it on the lift ride down. The color code puzzle for the someone there. Just deal with those quickly. Screw you. Now we should be able to go. In fact, we can just keep going. On harder difficulties, there are people up there firing arrows at you. We're going to take the left because we can just bypass that area. Don't worry about her. Bypass her. Okay, so hopefully the Duke doesn't... I can't remember if the Duke talks to us or not. I don't think he does. Now we'll get attacked by a werewolf, a proper one. Now he's not too easy to... He's not too hard to kill. I've got the feeling that you're supposed to run along the rooftops and through the alleyways to escape him. But he's really not much of a threat. At least on the easiest difficulty with the best gun in the game. Right, this... I'll just accept it or whatever. Ignore these pigs, because they can run into you and attack you, which is rather annoying. Down here. There should be a... There we go. So far so good. I made a couple of mistakes and could probably do like 10 minutes faster or something like that. I need to turn this side. I think. Or did I come in this side? Damn it, I can't remember. I'm just going to have to look left and right until I see an opening. Treasure there. I'm not going to stop for it though this time. So yeah, Monroe is a weird creature. We can skip this. He'll try talking to us. Skip that.
Damn freak.
I've got to remember not to be killed by Monroe because I do. He does often trick me, and I've been killed so many times by him, which is a little embarrassing. But one here, one that. Got to come up here for the boat key. Now, luckily, you can actually avoid pretty much all of the enemies here. If you slide around the right side, you can completely ignore the enemies. They don't notice you. Grab the boat key. Cool. Just run out here. These guys I see you, but unfortunately for them, I'm too fast. And they try and catch me, but I don't think they will. Out here, and we will also be attacked again, but again we can just hit the next trigger and they will just despawn. There's a guy. There's a couple of them, there's like 3 or 4 of them that come out here, but as long as we hit the boat, that's it, and they've despawned. Which is quite laughable. Usually most games tell you that you can't do something until you've killed all the enemies in the area, but this one doesn't really seem to have that.
What was that?
That was Monroe. Cool. Cool. So far, so good. Unfortunately, he's a really annoying piece of shit. We'll go up here, go through this door on the right, cut through. Ignore that room because that's where the Duke is. So this part I really don't really care for all that much. I'm not really a massive fan. Now you'll notice there's a crank in there, and as soon as you use that crank, it breaks off. But if you completely ignore it, and then when you come back here, it's broken anyway. Right, let's deal with that. So yeah, unfortunately, fighting Monroe here, or Monroe can... Fuck, are you serious? This is exactly what I was talking about. Monroe has a number of instant kill attacks, which is a massive pain in the arse. I was not expecting to be hit by him just there. And so far that's been the only way Monroe's killed me, and I think that's actually been my first death in the game. Sure. Cool. Usually it's only a single spot he gets me in. I was not expecting him to get me there. We'll push this down and over. And push this disgusting maggot infected box. Kind of reminds me of Margaret from 7. Everything she had was bug infested. Grab this white one, grab this blue one, and then this one, and that's enough. That should let us get over here. Fuck me in the arse! I can't believe this. I'm so Let's try this again. White, orange, blue. Let's push this orange one so we don't fall through. Here it is. This is where he usually gets me, because I always forget he comes up here. So if he touches you there, then you die. Here he comes up, and you've got to hide here. And then he tries to get you a second time. Okay, so he shouldn't have killed me at all. Unfortunately, he's killed me about 3 times so far, which is a little disappointing because he's the weakest boss in this game. And the most pathetic. Literally his own brothers and sisters hate him, so you know. Although he's done a better job so far than them.
Caught myself a big one.
Easy peasy. Okay, so this is where we get the crank. Annoyingly, you can't take the well, you can take the crank, but you can't use it until you investigate this stupid piece of ladder, which is really annoying and really bizarre. Crank, there we are. Shit, my phone's dead on me. Kinda need that. So it should be fine as long as we go up here. I should be able to access it. Cool. Right. From here we zipline down, turn the crank on this, jump across, head to the generator, put that on. So yeah, as you'll notice it's completely disappeared now, which is amusing. And that's powered up the generator. We just need to flip the switch.
Okay.
And then we fight Monroe. Or Moreau. I don't know if it's Moreau or Monroe. Right, so blue, white, orange. Blue, white, orange. White, orange, black. Orange, blue, blue. Could have done that faster, but... Cool, I think that's it for the puzzles. I don't think there's actually any more puzzles in this game. surprisingly. Rush down here. He can't do any damage to us, and we can be right inside his arsehole. Just gotta wait for him to move out of the way so we can cut through this building. So money's not really important to me anymore. Basically, once you've got this gun, here we are. Once you've got this gun fully upgraded, you don't really need money, unless you're going for specific achievements. Here we are. He's done. He's dealt with. Easy peasy.
Death as he was in life.
Disgusting.
Exits up ahead.
So yeah, that was an incredibly quick one. Take a left here, get the key. His key's here. Heisenberg contacts us. We're going to ignore that. Back through here. Cool, and we've got this lift. So we're almost done. We've just got Heisenberg to go, which unfortunately the factory, like I say, the factory is the worst part for me. I don't enjoy the factory at all. I'm just trying to think. We talked to Heisenberg. In fact, it's not Heisenberg just yet. We've got to go through the ruins, which are full of werewolves. Let's ignore this. In fact, I'm just going to shoot him. I'm not going to take the risk of being attacked by him. At least he wouldn't have felt any pain. So Heisenberg set up these little signs for us, and we've got to go through the ruins, or the catacombs. So there's a grenade launcher in there, but obviously I've already got the grenade launcher, so you should get quite a bit of money instead. I think it's 30,000, but I might be wrong there. Let's shoot this because I don't want it attacking me either. Cool. So if you go up the left there, there's a butcher's workshop, and there's a giant guy in there that you can take care of. Here we'll get absolutely swarmed by enemies. I'm going to do my best to run past them. Some of them are getting my way, and they'll have to pay for that. But for the most part, I should be moving faster than them, so they shouldn't have much of a chance to react. And as long as I get to the two levers before they know where I am, or before they realise I've run past them all, because they are a bit slow. Their reaction times are quite slow in this game compared to some of the other games. That's the first one. Second one's the other side. Now we just gotta wait for this door to open. Still got quite some time. Screw you, buddy. So as long as I don't get attacked, we should be good. There we are. Yeah, the stronghold, that's what it is. This is their base. It's their base of sorts anyway. not too difficult. Just run past them. I could use a grenade, but I want to save the grenades for a certain point.
This must be they're dead.
I don't really want to waste it on... Do I have any flash grenades, actually? No, I don't. Screw you, buddy. Screw you. Screw you. They're all just going to jump past me. So this is where you get... Right.
Okay, big guy.
Screw you. That went better than expected. I was expecting to be grabbed by somebody. Now, thankfully, they've all despawned. Or maybe not. I can still kind of hear them, so maybe they haven't despawned. Maybe they're just... they just don't know how to get out of that room. Crawling back through this narrow hallway. They really like this trick. They did it like 2 or 3 times in 7, and I think they do it like 3 or 4 times in this game. Ethan's just really fond of going through narrow passages. Anyway, down here we should get, if I remember correctly, we should get the... oh no, this is a semi-boss fight. Mini-boss, if you like.
Not good.
It sure isn't. So I don't know if I'm actually doing any damage to him, or if you have to wait for him to jump down. He's coming. He cut it a bit close there. Cool. He's done. There's a ton of treasures in this room. There's about 7 of them. We're just going to completely ignore all of those. Here we are. Grab the potion. Ignore the flashback. Ignore the TV. Now we've got to put the flasks in the altar, take the altar to the ceremony site, and we'll enter Heisenberg's factory, which is a pain in the arse. Which is honestly my worst section. I'm no good at Heisenberg's factory because it all looks exactly the same to me. Okay, ignore that. Cool. Take care of him because I think he's gonna... I feel like he would run at me if I gave him the chance. So he actually gets no, we've got to skip this. The Duke actually gets offended if you don't pay any attention to him, which is amusing. Can't skip this section, unfortunately. You kind of just have to go with it. And then I think on the 3rd or the 4th one, you get another. It's the 4th one. You get another flashback. There you go. There's the Duke saying I'm not interested. Is this another is it a flashback? It is. It's not a flashback, it's just a cutscene. Some sort of explosion. An explosion or an earthquake, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. But we're at the ceremony site, and funny enough, we'll come back here later. Bollocks. Giant's Chalice. Cool, so far so good. What is the current time? What are we running at roughly? I did a quick restart, so it's not going to be entirely accurate, but it's the closest thing we've got. What is Twitch saying? Twitch is saying we are at an hour and a half roughly. So probably not as quick as I reckon somebody got here in about half an hour or 40 minutes. I'll have to see what the world record run is and what he did, because I'm sure I've probably missed something pretty important. Like somehow you can skip the first 2 bosses if you glitch through a wall or something like that.
I didn't think you'd make it past Daughter Moreau, but I suppose you survived worse back in America.
So yeah, this is where he started sounding like John Delancey to me.
I'd like to speak to you about Rose.
Turns out it's not. It turns out it's just some other guy.
Don't worry.
But it was amusing to me. I always just hear him as John Delancey. I haven't watched Star Trek, but I probably should. Skip this. Skip this. And we got to run away from Propeller Head now. So again, if you're playing on the hardest, there's actually enemies in this hallway.
A dead end. Damn it.
Which was a surprising twist. I was not expecting enemies to be in this hallway.
What was that thing?
Cool. So we'll climb up here. So annoyingly, I don't know, it worked fine that time. Thank God for that. Sometimes he doesn't climb up onto that first ledge. There's been a couple of times when I've kind of just rubbed my body against it and he wouldn't grab on. So interestingly, if you shoot them in the head, that eye, I don't know what you want to call it, it's the goggles or the headband. I think they're supposed to be goggles, but it could also be like a mind control thing, which is probably more likely the case. They don't take any damage, so you can shoot them with a magnum, and they're flinch, but they won't take any real damage.
This place is messed up. I've got to get upstairs.
So we're going to ignore in there for now because there's no point. It's just a shop. This is unfortunately where I will get lost probably. A couple of enemies behind this door. We need to go around and down. So yeah, I'm going to be largely silent for this section because I need to focus. Everything looks the same to me. Ignore this big guy. He'll become active, but we can quite easily outrun him. He gets kind of lost. If you run fast enough, he kind of gets caught on the edge, and then he can't find you. This is the first one, the relief mold, which goes over there. Fortunately, we just gotta wait now until it's finished, which can take its time. Cool.
Seems useful.
Got that. Horse relief. Wow, forgot about that one. Okay, this is where I wanted what I wanted the grenade launcher for, because these guys are a bit of a pain in the ass to hit, or at least they can be. Like that. They kind of juke and jive and piston and all that good stuff. This one needs that, and unfortunately, oh well, that was a good shot. That wasn't. Holy fuck. I need to move round. Cool. Could have been better, could have been worse. It's locked on the other side, that's the wrong door. Let's open that up. That's important to open. And this is where it starts to get confusing for me. Do I have? I've got one grenade left. Okay, so I can use that on one door. Get this cog mold back down. There's a lot of backtracking in this. God's sake, it's so dark. There's a lot of backtracking in this one section. Fuck me, I'm lost already. That's the problem with it being so dark in here. I should take that took care of him. Cog mold. Now we gotta wait again. Cool, got the cog. Let's whack this cog in here. And that opens up that gate. Whoops, sorry mate.
Such a disappointment. I thought we could join forces against that bitch Miranda.
Here we go. So unfortunately I'm out of... Unfortunately I'm out of grenades now.
She locked us away in the village. Decades of being forced to serve her. Can you understand?
So if I had if I had the infinite ammo that I was supposed to do, I could have busted my way through that rather quickly.
I want nothing more than to be free of that bitch. So I need power. I need enough power to destroy her. These are the fruits of my power.
Screw you, buddy.
Destroy the weak. That's the way of the world. You should have never refused me, Ethan.
Prepare the headers back again. Cool, so we've got the lift there. Unfortunately, it'll be a waste of time to bring the lift up here. We just need to keep climbing up until we're on the 4th floor.
Got a long way to go.
Sure do, we sure do.
Miranda thinks we're nothing but children. Oh, she doesn't care for us? No.
Ignore him or her. Her, most likely.
I must destroy her.
I don't give a shit about your family drama.
It's weird though, because this Ethan's literally here because of family drama. Resident Evil 7 was also family drama. Ethan's life has been nothing but family drama. Okay, so this is where we've got to shoot these four. These four power supplies, if you like, or fuses. I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be, but
Another one?
yeah, don't worry about it, Ethan. Just ignore him. Now, sometimes they, yeah, there we go. I was going to say sometimes they do jump up here. Thankfully, he's not much of a threat with this Magnum. Wow, okay, he just kind of appeared there. Thankfully, he went down in one hit. Alrighty, what's next? What's next? Somewhere there's the key mold. Once we've got the key mold, we need to activate the lift. Oh, here we go, yes. I remember now. That's easy enough to deal with. The giant fan attacks us. God.
Shit, that was close.
Now we've got to walk along this little pipe. And up the ladder. Cool, so we'll activate this lift and then I think we get the key mold from somewhere up here.
She'll start her ceremony with your rose. If that happens, it's all over. For your kid. And for the whole village. But don't worry. I'll stop it. I'll use Rose to kill Miranda.
Here we go.
Poor Papa. You're the only one who doesn't see your kid's power.
Take Rose? I'd like to see you try.
Okay, activate the lift. Now we've just got to wait for the Duke to come up here. Any second now would be nice, Duke. Now go ahead, head back down.
It's dark.
It sure is, Ethan. Well spotted. So we get ambushed slightly here. Screw you, buddy. Guys. Key mold. Oh, that goes in there. God, I'm getting a bit stiff. My back. That is. My back's getting a bit stiff. Cool, grab the key, and now we just got to head back to the lift. Try not to get lost along the way. Wait, fuck me. Fuck! Thought I'd get him in one. I know there's a guy that comes along here somewhere. That was a good shot, if I do say so myself. Cool, back to the B1. And we've just got to put the key in, and then we've got to fight propeller head. And then that's pretty much it for the factory. Factory did go better than I was expecting.
You really are a tough one.
That's the wrong door.
But I'm tired of chit-chat. Time to die.
Here comes propeller head. So yeah, unfortunately you don't have too much room to deal with him. Fuck. Oh, he's dead. Oh dear, I actually killed him a little too fast there. Okay, we just got to enjoy this ride now. This very slow ride. Here we get punched all the way back down to where we started. And then we can skip that. And now we've got to fight Heisenberg, which I don't really like the Heisenberg fight too much. It's kind of just strafing and skip that. Strafing and shooting. I like the fact that you've got a chainsaw arm, but unfortunately you can't use it for anything other than blocking. You've got a machine gun and a cannon. I'm not going to waste the cannon because it's got a very slow recharge time. And that just wastes time. Come on, buddy. There we are. Now it's just a case of circle strafing Heisenberg. Shoot him with the cannon when he charges at you, and then use the machine gun to destroy the fuses. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to this fight. It's a little bit laughable, to be honest. Even on the hardest, this fight isn't a challenge. You just, you know, hold down fire. You get blasted out, and then you've got to do some more damage to him on foot, and This is a nice... I like this quote. Or this line, rather. I like the fact that he just brings it up. Or they brought it up. There we go. Let's just quickly reload. So he'll slowly get into position. So he can do his next attack, which you can't do anything about. You just have to kind of wait. Fortunately, there's not much to do here now.
This can't be the end for me. I must kill her.
And he's dead. Cool, and now Ethan's dead as well. And now we play as Chris, and Chris, unfortunately this is, I think, the worst part of the game, because it just turns into a full-on action game again. Resident Evil unfortunately can't stay away from that. They can't just make it survival horror the whole way through. They always have to have an action sequence right at the end of the game. This is a weirdly long one that you can't skip. You have to wait for him to show the phone before you even get a chance to skip it. There we are.
Doing nothing but recon's gotten me out of shape.
But thanks to your recon, we know Miranda's plan.
Couldn't quite believe it when I heard you turn herself into Mia, though. Taking 5 shots to the head's nothing to sneeze at either. Spooky.
I like the English chap, obviously.
Everyone watch for hostile bio.
As an English chap myself.
Make contact with a group of hostile bio.
That was quick. Fuck. Wasn't expecting to be harassed so soon.
Roger that.
BSAA craft spotted. 2 guards.
Just grab up what I can quickly.
Don't get cocky.
Grenades, that's what I want. So I might be able to outrun these guys. I've actually never tried. I've always just killed them. But if I can outrun them, then that would be great.
Let's go.
Only one way to find out. Unfortunately, this is the worst possible time to check.
Hey, boss, it's me. Mode may be releasing infusions of particulate fire.
Can't go that way. Got to go through here, I think. Yes, that's correct.
Umberise, I need some backup.
So yeah, we just get swarmed by enemies at this section. Put him down, put you down. You guys are all going down. In fact, that has a big guy. He can have a grenade. On me, no charge. Screw you, buddy. Screw you guys. Here we are.
All right, look. Marking the target.
Roger that, boss.
So unfortunately, we've got to shoot this 3 times.
Reloading now. Just a minute.
There's not much.
Slow, heading that way.
Not much we can do until he reloads the gun. Screw you, buddy. Screw you, screw you. Any more? Oops, wrong one. Shit. So every time you hit the rocket, it kills everybody in the area. So you don't have to worry about them too much. Just the initial attack, really. Grenade, because it's a big guy. Cool, you've reloaded. So you don't have to actually point it. I can point. Oh fuck me. You can't. Fuck! I can't believe I got hit by an arrow now as well. You can actually just point it at the ground and then aim at the structure. Cool, that's that done.
Good. Megamycete must be below.
Got blocked. Yes, so if you're playing on the harder difficulties, you can just run around aiming it at the floor and then quickly flick to the building when it's just about to finish.
Guarding the Megamycete, huh?
This guy's also a pain in the arse.
I got a tough guy here. I'm gonna need backup. Boss, there's an opening in the room.
Just throw a couple of grenades behind him because his weak point is where those tentacles are coming out from. Easiest to hit him when you've used the targeting laser on him. But I might be able to get him before the targeting laser even readies itself. If that happens, that's great. That'll save us a lot of time.
Good. I'll signal with the locator.
Give the guy a break.
Awesome.
Nice, got him. So let's just pump as much as we can into this guy, into this guy's back before. Oh, excellent. Cool, he's calcified already. We can just cut through here.
I'll keep going. The rest of you, stay above ground.
So if Miranda was the fake Mia, where's the real one? I doubt she saw any further use for her.
Luckily, we're pretty much at the end now. We've just got to plant the bomb, walk up some stairs, and then we're playing as Ethan again, and we've just got to beat the final boss, which shouldn't take too long. Oh shit, if I had a flash grenade, I might be able to get a flash grenade quickly from the merchant if I'm lucky.
Captain, I have eyes on Miranda at the ceremony site.
I just remembered I need a flash grenade.
Do not move until I give the order.
Ah, shit.
I know it's too late now, but we really should have told Ethan the plan.
There wasn't time. We didn't expect Miranda to act so soon.
Even so, you should have told him.
Yeah. This must be Miranda's lab.
There we go. Now, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to buy a flash grenade. If I'm not, then that's really unfortunate. Just gotta wait for him to rub his hands. Once he rubs his hands, we can skip this section. It's all cutscene. There we are. So yes, last time I did this in about 2 hours 40. Seem to be just about hitting the 2 hour mark now, or at least according to the Twitch timer.
They gotta go.
Do you have a flash grenade here? Shotgun med. Sniper. Explosive rounds. I'll take those, but I actually just need... I
This
just...
is your last chance. I've prepared a special present.
Ammo. Flashbang, there we go.
Huh? Please, be well. Thanks.
Cool. So that is all I need. That one flashbang will speed up a stage of the boss fight.
Out of my way.
Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Here we go.
You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. Rose.
Now we just got to blow her away and we're done.
Children and awakened the glorious things. Now, please do not worry for little Rose. I assure you I'll provide.
Well, fuck me. I didn't even need the flashbang grenade. She didn't even have a chance to do anything. And the subtitles are overlaying each other.
To ensure I never see that, I will feed.
Well, I certainly could have saved some time there instead of going into the shop. I think that's the most damage I've taken the entire time. There we are. And it is done. We are done. We just got to skip these last few cutscenes. Chris is going to BSAA to find out what's going on. And it looks like Rose is the next character in the next game. 1 minute 48. Slightly, it was basically an hour quicker. An hour quicker. Oh, but that's it. I'm going to look at probably some other playthroughs, see what other people have done, see where I can cut down my time, and then maybe have a second go at it. But that's going to be it for now. 1 minute 48. I'm pretty happy with, but obviously I could probably cut it down maybe to 1 minute 20 perhaps. But that'll be it for now.